What's up guys, Monkey Napkin here, and today I'm making a quick little Infinite Warfare video, kind of like a update kind of video. So there was an update in Infinite Warfare, probably the biggest update they've had, not in terms of size, but in terms of what people wanted in the game. And I'm gonna make this little video just to show you guys the main thing that was in the update, you know, the thing that people really wanted to be in the game, and that is the addition of new weapon variants. They added new weapon variants into the game. It was actually kind of easy to tell that these new weapon variants were going to come, because as you can see here, if I go to the prototype lab over here where the flat line is, there's an extra box there, and that showed that, you know, they had to add in more variants. And actually, you could see the arrow on the right, how it's grayed out. It actually looks like you're going to be able to scroll across, so I feel like there's going to be more weapon variants added on even after this update. I just wanted to show you guys that. If you guys could please hit that like button, I really appreciate it, and subscribe for more content from me. But let's get into the video. So if you look here, only certain weapons got new weapon variants. There are more nuke variants. Those are probably the biggest ones that people wanted. Because I'm gonna go in order of assault rifle, submachine gun, light machine gun, you know, down the list up top. The R3K spearhead, you can actually tell what the new weapon variants are because some of the perks that they have are kind of, I'm not gonna say useless, but some of them, they're not really perks you would actually use, but they are cool to have, and some of them are pretty useful. So the R3K spearhead has stacked, which has reduced the time between burst fires, but has increased recoil, which I feel like it'll be pretty good because the time in between bursts does make the R3K kind of the lower end of the assault rifles. I mean, unless you're extremely accurate and you can hit all three of your shots every single time, because sometimes you can one burst people. I think if you get like one of the bullets as a headshot, you can one burst somebody. So I think stack will be pretty good, because for the people who aren't as accurate and they don't use the R3K, this will be the variant that you would want to use. And it also has flak, which is increases damage to score streaks. I can't really think of anybody using the R3K to shoot directly at score streaks, but if you want to use that, it does help. And the next new variant is the Type 2 Atomic, which is the nuke variant, and a lot of people do like the Type 2. I'm kind of, you know, in the middle on the Type 2, because sometimes it's like the best weapon I've ever used, and other times it's like I wish I had another gun in my hands right now. But they finally got a nuke variant for the Type 2, and it also has the perk Lowrider, which is reduced hip fire spread while sliding. Like I said, some of these new perks aren't really, you know, ones you would use. I mean, if you like to slide a lot, then this is a really good gun for you, but I'm not that much into sliding, I guess, so this isn't exactly the weapon I would use. But if I am going for a nuke, then I would definitely pick this gun or the Fallout, preferably the Fallout. But I know a lot of people like the Type 2 better than the Fallout because it shoots faster, so the Atomic is a very good nuke variant for you. And next on the list is actually the light machine guns. There was no new submachine guns put into the game, or new weapon variants for machine guns put into the game. I kind of wish they did put at least one or two in there, but they didn't put any. So the next one is the Mauler Grizzly, which has On Point, which is speeds up aiming and reduces hip fire accuracy. I do like the speed up aiming. I kind of want to get this just to test it out, because I mean, some light machine guns, they aim down. I feel like they aim down a little bit slower than assault rifles, just a little bit. But with On Point, it's like having quick draw, and then you stack it with quick draw. So I'm assuming you would be aiming down either as fast as a submachine gun or even faster than a submachine gun, and I really like to test that out. I'm not going to do that now, but I will eventually test that out just to see how it is. And the next weapon is the Titan Vial, which is increased movement speed while crouched, and that's literally it. I feel like this was a throwaway gun. They just needed to put in, you know, some random guns in the game, because I don't think anyone's really going to be crouched in this game. This is literally like there's no reason for you to be crouched in this game unless you don't have dead silence on and you're playing like search and people are sound horn and you gotta try to get around the map. Yeah, that would be helpful for that, but that's literally all I can think of where this perk would be useful. The next one is the KBS Longbow Affliction. Now, I had no idea that this would even be a perk, but I think this is pretty cool. Damage temporarily slows target movement speed. It's called Glacial. I think that's pretty cool, because for people who like quickscope and they always have a pistol, if you shoot them and you slow them down, and you can just kill them with the pistol, or you can get that second quickscope in and it'll be really effective. I feel like this is a really good perk for this weapon, especially because the KBS Longbow has a good amount of recoil after that first shot, so that's really good. And it also has Lights Out, which is increased weapon melee speed. Now, I do quickscope in this game, but I don't get into those kind of situations where I need to melee anybody. Usually if they're that close, I can just hip fire, even though the sniper has bad hip fire accuracy. Usually I can just hip fire and I'll still get the shot if they're close enough for me to melee them. So this is a pretty cool, I think this is a pretty cool weapon. Probably the top 3 of the new weapon variants that they put in the game. The next one is the EBR 800 Bomber, and this is literally the PO6. Like, a bunch of people are talking about this weapon, a bunch of people are using this weapon. People have saved up their salvage. As you can see up the top, I'm saving up my salvage, and I'm also saving up my keys for a supply drop opening because I don't have that much money. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. A lot of people are talking about this gun because a lot of people use the PO6 and I think Black Ops 3, and it was like one of the best snipers that people use. Even quickscopers use the PO6. So this is definitely the gun that a lot of people are going for. So yeah, triad charge 3-shot sniper burst. It is literally the PO6, and presence of mind, infinite hold breath duration. So you can hold your breath forever. I mean, if you quickscope, you don't really need to hold your breath. I don't know if people do that when they quickscope, but yeah, this is a pretty good weapon. Probably the most sought weapon for snipers or for a lot of people in the game in general. And for the shotguns, we have the Banshees Slip. Again, just a common, I think it was maybe like a throwaway. I mean, I do know some people slide with shotguns in order to get closer real fast. So this actually is an okay variant. It's not as bad as the Titan, but I wouldn't say this is a great weapon variant in general, just because, you know, reducing hip fire, spread while sliding, it's not exactly something I would think about as a perk in general. And then we have the DCM8 Epitome. This is probably one of the guns that I am probably going to get. Now, I'm not a big shotgun fan, but hip fire spread reduces with each shot. I feel like that's better than infinite ammo, inflicts self damage when fired, because I've killed myself multiple times with the masochist. But the Epitome, I feel like that's going to be pretty cool, because if you use like extended mags and, you know, you just keep shooting, and, you know, with extended mags you have more shots to shoot, and the hip fire, it reduces with each shot. You'll be extremely accurate even from far away. I mean, not too far obviously where the bullets don't hit or the lasers or whatever don't hit, but far enough to where you're so accurate that your bullets, all of your bullets are actually hitting like in that small point in the middle of your crosshair. And it also has reduced recoil, which is pretty cool. And then there's the Rack 9 Volatile. The Rack 9 Volatile has roll the dice, and it's gain 1 random attachment when you spawn. I think that's pretty cool. And of course, like I said, same thing with the Titan. Creeper, increased movement speed while crouched, not exactly going to be very useful for anybody, but the Rack 9 is a pretty good gun in general. It's a very good shotgun. I recommend using that shotgun, maybe not that variant, but the shotgun definitely. And they literally added in almost all of the handguns. We have the EMC Heavyweight, which just has lights out, which is increased weapon melee speed. I mean, again, if you get that close to where you have to melee somebody, I feel like the melee speed won't really matter. So I kind of feel like this is a throwaway gun too. But I mean, if some people like to run around melee, I know pistol gives you faster movement speed than like having a light machine gun or something like that, so you can get around and melee people if you want to do that. The next one is the Oniy Amped, and it has on point, which speeds up aiming and reduces hip fire accuracy. Again, if you're running around with a pistol just shooting people, this is a pretty cool pistol to have. This is a pretty good pistol to have for that also. And it has flak, increases damage towards score streaks. Again, I don't think people are going to be shooting pistols at like UAVs or a Warden or something like that. I don't really see the point in having flak on a pistol. And lastly, we have the Hailstorm Thunder, which I think is going to be a really good variant. It has a whirlwind, fast cycling, auto burst that increase recoil. I feel like, I don't know if anyone's played Overwatch, but I feel like it's going to be like McCree's, his left trigger special move, where he shoots like all 6 bullets really fast, and the recoil like kicks like crazy, but it shoots really fast, so it's very handy in close quarter situations. And it also has reduced idle sway while aiming down sights, which I feel like with the whole fast auto burst with the increased recoil, the idle sway isn't going to matter too much. But that's all for the variants right now. I'm pretty sure they're going to add in more variants as time goes on, but those are the new variants that are in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys go out and try to get those weapons, you know, save up your salvage. So if you guys did like the video, please leave a like, I really appreciate it, and subscribe if you haven't already for more content from me, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.